Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. Before I get into today's episode, just want to thank everybody for supporting the channel. I'm on my path to 2,000 subscribers. So if you guys do enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. So it's NBA Media Day, and today Miami Heat's Tyler Herro was interviewed, and he had a lot of good things to say, honestly. I was pleasantly surprised and happy with the outcome of Tyler Hero's interview. So he was asked a few different questions, and I love the mindset of Tyler Hero though so far. He's one of our most polarizing players, and he gets a lot of love, gets a lot of hate. I'm more neutral when it comes to Tyler Hero. Like, what have you done for me lately? Is my attitude with Tyler Hero. If you're playing well, of course I'm going to praise you. If you're not playing well, I'm going to criticize you, and I'll do that to any player, honestly, at this point. So I'll criticize Jimmy Butler when he's not playing good, even though he's our best player on this team, or even Bam Adebayo, who's our most important player. But either way, Tyler Hero, one of the most polarizing players on this team, and has some baggage with his injury history and his availability. And he was asked about his offseason training and regimen, and asked about his health. And basically, he said he wants to be healthy, and he's been putting in a lot of hard work and effort this offseason. He put on 12 pounds, I'm assuming, of muscle, because he was 189 pounds, and he said he weighs roughly 200 or 201 pounds now. So he's been eating more, he's been lifting more. And so he said he wanted to add this strength so that he can be healthier next season, be stronger, and take some more punishment, essentially. And he's thinking that if he can maintain this weight and this strength, it can help him in the long run and throughout the regular season. He was talking about his diet, how it's harder during the season to maintain his ability to keep on that weight and eat like he did this offseason. So we'll see if he can continue to keep that mass. But that's a big difference right there. He is like 6'5", so he is a decent sized guard, and he needed to put on strength because he's been bullied essentially, and he's had trouble against taller, stronger defenders. So I think this is a good sign for Tyler Hero. So that's one thing that's good. The thing is, he needs to just maintain that strength throughout the season, like he mentioned. That's going to be a priority for him. He was also talking about just offensive skill set and improving and working on ball handling and his shooting and his catch and shoot threes. And so that is something he does always. He has a really good work ethic. He's a gym rat. So he's been working on the offensive side, of course, the defensive side. If you're playing for this Miami Heat team, you need to focus on defense. You need to be a good one-on-one defender, point of attack defender, good rotational defender as well. So working on his game in general, which is good. Another thing which I loved was someone asked him about his expectations in terms of starting or not. And he basically has shown maturity by saying, hey, whether I start or come off the bench, it really doesn't matter. That's up to the best coach in the NBA, Spo, like the best president, GM in Pat Riley. Like, if they want me to come off the bench, I'll come off the bench. If they want me to start, I will start. It doesn't matter what my role is. I just want to help this team win a championship. I want to win a championship with these guys. He said they recognize the East has gotten better and it's going to be a tougher path, but he wants to win with Jimmy, with Bam, with Duncan, and the rest of the guys, which is a great sign of maturity. And that was one thing we talked about, is just that Tyler was trying to focusing on his stats, focusing on getting his contract. And it didn't seem like he cared for the team. Not what I'm saying. This is just the Heat community in general. Some folks in the Heat community, that is. And so I love that he said, hey, I will do whatever the coach asks me. He's the best coach in the NBA, and he is putting the team first. And he said, I will play within whatever that role may be. So that's music to my ears. And I'm not opposed to Tyler starting, honestly. Again, that's not the end of the world if you're starting next to Terry Rozier. But if he's coming off the bench and that makes the most sense, and we could put a Tyler or put a Duncan Robinson, if we could put a Haywood Highsmith in that starting lineup, that could make the offensive lineup more cohesive, or the defensive unit more cohesive. Who knows what that may look like? But I love that he's accepting what his fate will be based on what Eric Spoelstra needs and what's best for the team. That's great. The other thing he said too, as well, is that I'm just going out there to try to play winning basketball, try to have fun, no agendas. I'm not trying to make the all-star team. I'm not trying to go in and score 25, 26 points per game. Um, whatever my role is, that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to help this team win. And we already know he's one of our best offensive players anyway, one of our most skilled offensive players. So if Terry Rozier's having a rough time, then we're going to call for Tyler to be the primary scorer. But in general, it seems like Tyler still most likely will start. And that's based on what Spo was saying, that he thinks that he wants to see Tyler, Terry, Bam, and Jimmy play more together because obviously with availability, Tyler was hurt. Bam missed 10 or 12 games, whatever it was. Jimmy obviously missed over 20 games, and then Terry Rozier missed the last like 14 games and came midseason. So they didn't get a lot of games together. And so he wants to see what those four guys do together. And so based on that assumption, I would assume Tyler Hero is going to start at least for the beginning of the year. He didn't mention who that fifth person was. He didn't mention if it's going to be a center next to Bam and we're going to put Bam at the four, or if we're going to start Kevin Love at the four, or Haywood Highsmith or Jovic at the four. So who knows? But either way, going back to Tyler Hero, I think he's poised for having a great season as long as he could stay healthy, as long as he plays within the confines of his role, as long as he's efficient, and as long as he's getting to the free throw line. I think that's going to be a huge new dynamic to his game. If he can get to the foul line and get some easy free throws, he was 90% 2 years ago from the free throw line. So he's a great 3-point shooter and free throw shooter. So we need Tyler to be probably more effective from the 3-point line, honestly. Like, obviously, great percentages, but let's see if he can become a high volume catch and shoot type of player, especially with Tyler or Terry Rozier on this roster. Most likely, going to be running a lot of the offense with him because I think he is a better ball handler and distributor right now compared to Tyler Hero. But that's another area that he's been growing every year, is that Tyler Hero's become a better ball handler. Playmaker, his assists have been going up. He just needs to improve on the turnover side. Like, he gets his pocket picked quite a bit. But either way, love what Tyler Hero said. Um, he's saying the right things and he's talking the talk, which is great, which is fine. But talk is cheap at times. So can he walk the walk? So he'll have to prove it this season, and we'll see. Anyway, that's all I have for today's video. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will definitely be pushing out more shorts and other content throughout today's media day.